Hi, this is Scott from the Mountain Dispatch and Scott Shot Media. Today is Friday, April 2nd, and this is what is happening on the mountain. Happy Good Friday. It's a holiday, so there's no Caltrans projects scheduled for today, and none over the holiday weekend. No major incidents to report. Right now, traffic looks pretty decent, but you can expect upbound traffic to increase this evening with both local residents returning from work and weekenders and vacationers coming up for the beautiful weekend. No hazardous weather forecasted. We have nice spring like conditions for the forecast period. For fires, we are currently under low fire risk for the next 7 days, which is pretty normal for this time of year. For our significant wildfire potential, just updated. We remain normal for the next 3 months, and then in July we increase to above normal, which should really be the start of our main fire season. Right now, the San Bernardino National Forest is still under moderate fire danger, and those restrictions that go along with that are in place. And lastly, we reported yesterday, it wasn't on the mountaintop, but it was in the forest down there in San Bernardino in the North Del Rosa area. There was a dry lightning strike, resulting in about a 3 acre fire. There was no threats to any mountain communities, not even to the houses down below. It was up in a canyon, hard to get to, kind of a festering little fire just because the hillside is still fairly green. But just a reminder that even though the main fire season doesn't get here until probably July, it looks like we do have a chance of fire, pretty much any time year round with this um, drought that we're entering. So now is the time to start preparing for the main fire season. Published an article yesterday, first part of a 13-part series on wildfire safety. So go to our website if you're interested in seeing that article. 8 crimes reported on the mountain yesterday. That's a big number. Nothing too violent, fortunately, but stick around and I'll show you where those crimes were happening. Probably didn't feel it, but we had a small earthquake this morning just north of Lake Arrowhead. Looks like it was right at the pinnacles, which is no surprise, seeing as that's a geological formation caused by earthquakes. And it was just a 2.1 magnitude. Also, just a good reminder that we should always be ready, not only for wildfires, but for earthquakes. Lastly, no new numbers reported yet today. I'm not sure because of the holiday if they're going to get us new numbers from the county, but yesterday we reported a net 3 new cases. There was actually 6 new cases reported, but 3 of them were reallocated to other cities, not necessarily on the mountain. So it was just a net gain of 3 yesterday. And just the 1 death reported this week in Big Bear City, and it gives us about 20 active cases on the mountain, or 20 people who have tested positive in the last 10 days. So that is what I have for you today. If you got a few more minutes, we'll go into greater detail, starting with a perfectly clear traffic map. And we hope this will remain the same all weekend long. We have nice weather coming ahead, but we can expect upbound traffic, especially on the 330, to get a little heavy this evening as people are returning home from work and as people are coming up to enjoy the holiday weekend. We will certainly keep you posted if there are any incidents to report, but right now, no Caltrans construction, no CHP incidents. Weather is going to be great this weekend, very spring-like, very narrow bands between the highs and the low, typical spring weather, mostly sunny skies for the next few days, some light breezes off and on, nothing too hazardous, and highs throughout most of the mountains. It will be in the lows to mid 60s across most of the mountain. But look at this, a 73 in Lake Arrowhead on Sunday. So nice day to be out and enjoy the mountain. Again, because of the holidays, the holiday week, there isn't a lot of updating going on from government agencies, including the National Weather Service. So the most recent hazardous weather threat matrix they have is for from 2 days ago, so I'm not sure if it's accurate. We were supposed to have some stronger winds on Monday overnight into Tuesday. Those look like they're starting to diminish a little bit, which is good news. And then our next chance of stronger winds isn't until next Friday, a week from today. We will keep you updated. There are no fires on the mountain today. We are under low fire risk for the next 7 days, not only on our mountain, but throughout all of Southern California. Forest Service still has us under moderate fire danger, and those restrictions that go along with that are still in place. And the federal wildfire agencies have updated our significant wildland fire potential outlook for the next 4 months. Nothing has changed for April, May, and June, but in Southern California enters above average fire risk. So that's when we're looking at the start of our fire season. So that gives us a couple of months to get ready. We'll let you know when pine needle cleanup is. Usually, depending on the threats, sometimes it's May 1st, sometimes it's June 1st. But the sooner you can get ready, the better. Make it a little bit easier. And of course, we can never predict when that fire is going to start. Speaking of which, we had one yesterday. Again, it was not on the mountaintop. We first reported that as I heard a thunder roll in Lake Arrowhead yesterday. I looked on the lightning map, and sure enough, there were 2 lightning strikes down here in North Del Rosa between San Manuel Casino and State Route 18. So the Arrowhead Hotel is up here, up in Lower Waterman Canyon. So on that hillside right there, it's called Quail Canyon. Didn't think much of it, and then shortly thereafter, there was a dispatch in that general area for someone seeing smoke, and the fire actually was exactly where the lightning was. So we were calling it a potential lightning strike fire from the beginning, and they officially announced the cause as dry lightning. So they had a lot of equipment on it pretty quick. You could see the hillside was real green, so it wasn't a huge threat to anybody. And I think the fire was up in this canyon, up north of all the houses, up on the side of the hill there. So it did take them a little while to get it fully contained to the 3 acres, just because it was inaccessible, but it wasn't really going anywhere. Luckily, even though thunderstorms were rolling in, the winds were behaving themselves. 8 crimes reported on the mountain yesterday, 4 on the rim side, 4 on the Bear Valley side. So I'll post this graphic for you. If you saw something in your neighborhood yesterday, you can see what was going on. Nothing too violent. Residential burglary, shoplifting, auto burglary, and somebody under the influence. And similar in the Bear Valley, possession of controlled substance, fraud, disturbing the peace, and fraud. Probably didn't feel it, but it's always a good reminder that when earthquakes strike, that we should be prepared for a nice big one. This was just a 2.1. It looks like it was centered near the pinnacles north of Lake Arrowhead. And just a reminder that a big one can happen at any time. We live in earthquake country, and so as we prepare for wildland fire season, we should always be prepared for major earthquake as well. Lastly, COVID-19 update. These are the numbers from yesterday. Haven't seen any new numbers released yet today. Not sure if the county is working and they are going to give us the numbers. There were a net 3 new cases reported yesterday. There was actually 6 cases, but you can see Angeles Oaks, Blue Jay, and Crestline all lost a case. And what happens with that is maybe somebody has a second home in one of those communities, and if they got tested, let's say up in a local hospital, they may have given the hospital the local address when they got tested, but then in further billing or to the insurance company or further review, they realized that this was, in fact, their second home and not their primary residence. And so the town or community that's their primary residence is the one that gets credited with the case. And in reality is these 4 new cases in Burning Springs could realistically be the one from Crestline, the one from Blue Jay, and the one from Angeles Oaks. Not likely, however. They probably do live down the hill. and were just in the mountains and got tested at a local testing facility. So that's why these numbers will change. That's why we rely more on the rolling 14-day or the 7-day average trailing 7 days that the state uses for their 4-tier risk system. It's a little bit more static than the dynamic changes that happen daily. You can see the mountain as a whole still under moderate risk. We won't see a change here. Hopefully we'll see a change for the better next Tuesday. That's when we expect to see all of San Bernardino County move from red to orange, or less restrictive moderate risk. But for now, Bear Valley, your numbers are trending towards substantial risks. Rim communities under moderate risk. As mountain as a whole, our risk matrix for yesterday was a 6.0, or that's 6 cases for 50,000. We had 3 cases, we had 6 cases per 100,000. We had 3 cases, but only 50,000 residents. So that gives us a rate of a 6.0, and which is not as good as the rest of the county. But again, this is a daily number, and it changes from good to bad every day. So it's the 7-day average from 7 days ago that we're really going to follow along with. The county yesterday reported a 3.1. The rest of the state is 6.3, and the country is actually jumping up. It's actually a little even higher today. I looked at the numbers for the rest of the country, and it's up to 23 cases per 100,000, which is not where we want to be. But get vaccinated. Vaccination clinics are happening on both sides of the mountain. I know there are still appointments available. As of yesterday, there were still appointments available for Monday and Tuesday at the hospital my wife works at in Lake Arrowhead Mountains Community, and it's open for everybody 50 and older, and then for people with health issues or in certain industries, essential workers, they actually can lower that age. So go to the website, post it on Facebook, shared it on Instagram and Twitter. You can look there and sign up and get vaccinated. And that is all that I have for you today. I'll do my closing plugs. Go to our new website, mountain-dispatch.com. You can sign up to receive daily emails of our stories, our articles, like the fire safety one. That's part 1 of 13 that I published yesterday on how to prepare for the wildfire season. It's called Ready, Set, Go. And of course, we copy those links and we post them out on social media, including our most popular Facebook page, What is Happening on the Mountain. And you can always email me, you can text me, and then follow along. If you are on Periscope, you know that Periscope is coming to an end for live videos. And so we signed up yesterday for LinkedIn Live and Twitch. So our handle for all 5 of those social media platforms is @ScottShotMedia. So have a wonderful holiday weekend. We won't do any videos on Saturday and Sunday unless there's a major incident, but we will post on social media and on our Facebook and on our website any late breaking news. Be safe, and we will talk to you soon.